Kettering-born Sean Dyche began his career 65 miles away at Nottingham Forest when the East Midlands club was still a major power in the land. Watched by a number of teams and offered the chance to sign elsewhere, Dyche was attracted by the track record of Forest's youth system. While his career was ultimately to blossom elsewhere, it still proved a wise choice as he was given the ideal grounding under youth boss and former Forest and Scotland midfielder Archie Gemmill. Above him, the legendary figure of Brian Clough ruled the roost at the City Ground while Dyche was making his way as an apprentice. Dyche helped Forest to the semi-finals of the FA Youth Cup in 1988 and did enough to earn a professional contract, playing in the reserves and soaking up the wisdom of Clough along the way. His baptism in first-team football had to wait, however, and it was at nearby Chesterfield that he launched his senior career in 1990. Graduating to a wing-back position and then the central defensive role he made his own, Dyche had his share of injury problems at Saltergate. But he was a key player as Chesterfield won promotion from the bottom division in 1995 under the long-serving John Duncan, another major influence in Dyche's career as a player and manager. Appointed captain by Duncan, Dyche then led the club to arguably their finest hour in his final season. Chesterfield reached the semi-finals of the 1997 FA Cup, where only an incorrectly disallowed goal seemingly denied them the chance to become the first third-tier team to reach the final of the competition. Duncan's side, which also included future Burnley goalkeeping coach Billy Mercer, was leading Premier League club Middlesbrough 2-1, helped by the one and only penalty taken and scored by Dyche when a shot from Jamie Hewitt hit the bar and bounced down behind the goal line. The goal wasn't given and Borough escaped with a 3-3 draw and victory in the replay. And after 269 games for Chesterfield, Dyche moved on with a transfer to Bristol City, which 12 months later brought him promotion to the First Division. It was a frustrating time for him, however, as a serious back injury disrupted his first season at Ashton Gate, and even though he returned as captain in 1998-99, he was to finish the season on loan at Luton Town as he fell out of favour and the Robins headed for an instant relegation. By his own admission, it was a trying time, although Dyche now looks back on his spell at City as one of the best learning experiences of his career. And when his departure came in the summer of 1999 with a move to Millwall, he was back on the upward curve thanks to a successful and enjoyable spell in South London. In his second season, he was a key part of a side that won the second division title under Mark McGee, and in 2002 only defeat in the playoffs to Birmingham City denied the Lions a place in the Premier League for the first time, as he struck up a chord with a tight-knit group of players, including future Burnley signing Steve Reed, who he still speaks to now. From Millwall, Dyche then moved on to Watford, where he again captained the side at Championship level and forged contacts that were to serve him well for the next phase of his career as his eye began to move towards coaching. There was to be one more playing stop first though, with a return home to sign for Northampton Town.
Despite being 34, I still feel I've got the fire in my stomach to go and achieve things. So hopefully I'll rub off on some of the younger players with a bit of experience in the right manner and bring their game on as well as keep myself right.
With his experience to the fore, Dyche helped the Cobblers win promotion from League Two in 2006 in his first season at the Sixfields Stadium. That was the fourth promotion on his CV as a player, and after 520 club games, Dyche was ready to call it a day and begin the next phase of a career that would bring him more success. That began at Watford as he returned to Vicarage Road in 2007 as youth coach, while Adi Boothroyd was the Hornets' boss. Moving up the ranks, Dyche became assistant manager to the newly appointed Malky Mackay. The pair worked together for 2 years until Mackay's exit prompted a first senior managerial appointment for Dyche. A change of ownership at Vicarage Road meant he was to be in the post for just 12 months, but an 11th place finish in the Championship, the club's best for 4 years, made an impression. And when the Clarets wanted a replacement for the departed Eddie Howe, they turned to Dyche to rejuvenate the club. His appointment, following a brief spell working with the England under-21 setup, then kicked off one of the most successful spells in the Clarets' history. 2 promotions to the Premier League, including one as Championship winners, 2 top 10 finishes and a first European campaign in over half a century have made these golden days in the modern era of Burnley Football Club. And at the age of 49, Dyche has woven his way into the Turf Moor fabric as one of the club's finest managers. His 353 games in charge of Burnley, placing him behind only title winners John Howarth and Harry Potts in the all-time list. 30 years after putting down his professional roots at Nottingham Forest, Dyche has climbed to the top of the tree.